Hello, we're playing Taiji.
Not to be confused with Tai Chi.
Let's see here. So, meaning Great Duality in Chinese is a two-player abstract board game invented by Néstor Romeral Andrés in 2007. Taiji is played on a 9x9 board using special pieces called taijus. Taijitsus. Both players use exactly the same tiles. Or taijitsus. Jitus. The goal of the game is to get the highest score summing up the two largest groups of horizontally or vertically, but not diagonally connected squares of your color, light or dark, by placing. I'm just gonna call these tiles. By placing tiles anywhere.
Did you say not diagonal?
Not diagonal. Yes.
Not diagonal.
By placing anywhere on the board, as long as there's a free space to do so, and the game ends. If the game ends with equal scores, then the second player wins. Game begins on an empty board, starting with light player. Players take turns placing one tile per turn on two occupied adjacent cells on the board. The game ends when no tiles can be placed on the board. You can play on 11 by 11 on this.
Oh, interesting.
And that's called Taiji Deluxe. And the winning condition includes the sum of three largest groups. But we're doing two largest groups on a 9x9.
All right, let's get started, party people. I like that this game is played with tiles that kind of look like erasers. And I'll be very interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah. I've not thought of any strategy. When I was thinking of this, I was like, well, how do we...
Alrighty. Alright. It's important to remember that I am playing with the black pieces. Because let me tell you, we've played games before and it doesn't always work out that way. And one thing that I'm already noticing is you gotta be kind of careful. Okay, does white have to touch white and black have to touch black every single time?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just trying to make the largest connected orthogonal group. Or the two largest groups. The highest score summing up the two largest groups of horizontally or vertically but not diagonally connected squares. You barely sit there, buddy. Wasn't sitting on the armchair of my chair. Or the armrest.
Gotta love that banging. Classic. My favorite part is when they start doing that at like 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And you're like, thanks. I'm really glad that we're not actually having school right now. I work at sort of like a boarding school, right? And essentially, these kids live in dorms that are close to the school, and one of the student dorms is like literally right next to the construction site. So it would just be, it'd be impossible to.
Yeah.
So what's been going on in the world, Travis?
Not much. Mike and I are self-quarantined for 2 weeks, or maybe a week or two. And we went on a...
That's just because of everything that you were telling me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, wild times. Certainly less than ideal.
We went on a walk for like an hour and a half last night. That was pretty fun.
Awesome. That sounds real nice. You know, I went outside today. I went to pick up a package, and I forgot to wear a mask, and I got down, and everybody was wearing masks, and I was like, oh, shit. And then I immediately covered my face with my hand, and was like, damn it. I also don't know if we've talked about this already, but we may end up coming back to the U.S. this summer.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of it's
like,
just going to depend on what happens with like borders and stuff.
Yeah, well, there still have to be quarantines.
Well, so like if we were to come back to the U.S., we'd probably have to quarantine.
Yeah.
But, the thing is that currently Bosnia's borders are closed to non-residents, non-citizens, and on top of that, you're not allowed to, the airport's closed. So like, even if they don't open the airport, the chances of us being able to go to Bosnia, I mean, if they don't open the airport, they're probably not letting non-citizens in, which means that I'm probably going to come home. I mean, we may have to quarantine for 2 weeks, but I don't want to just like sit here all summer, you know?
Yeah.
I'd rather come see my family and whatnot. Well, we'll see. It's going to be a wild ride. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Cat. Yes. Hello. Bublick. Name's Watson.
Oh boy. I feel a sneeze coming on. No, you did it, boy. You weren't supposed to do that now. I'm getting too good at doing that voice. Have you figured out any sort of strategy yet?
I saw one blocking that you did, and I did one after. But other than that, I'm just trying to get mine bigger.
Yeah. The plot thickens. Oh, yeah.
Lovely construction.
All right. Let's see what we can do now, boys. Ain't gonna be much, but it'll be an honest living. Because it's hard. What's really interesting about this game is that so many of the moves that you could make only help both of you instead of just one of you.
Yeah, and it puts the other piece on the outside. So, like, as you continue to grow.
It would be really interesting to play a version of this where you had a certain number of tiles that were all just one color.
Yeah.
That would take this up like to a completely different level.
This is our first time playing. I have enjoyed it. It's a cool game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think you got me got. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
I think a blocking becomes pretty crucial in the middle, or sometime in the middle, where
Yeah.
you stop down the largest group somehow if you can. Make the counting start over if it's only counting the two largest groups. Two more. Cool. Okay.
Dang, I'll tell you what. You done got me this time.
Cool.
Hey.
So now my year two groups were here. This group of 10 in the middle, starting at down here.
And then I had a bunch of smaller groups.
And right here. It was a 10 and 7. Mine were right here. And over here. Cool. So that was Taiji. First time playing. Play again sometime in the future. It's a fun one. Would recommend it. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll post the rules and links below.